You already know the vibes, man. Right now, we got Timothy Rush case exposed, man. CUFFY Gatling, MEECH, and TAMMY Cowens connection revealed. Okay, so we got the TAMMY Cowens connection. We got MEECH, Big MEECH, of course, CUFFY Gatling, and Timothy Rush case exposed. This is what we're getting into. Salute to everybody. Salute to everybody. Remember, make sure you are subscribing to the channel. Remember, make sure that you're notified and you're subscribing and you're part of the Go Gang. You already know the vibes. Listen, we are going to be getting into a little bit of this case right here because you know we're doing the CUFFY Gatling's case, right? We're doing the CUFFY Gatling's case. We're doing the Terry White case as well. And I feel that there are a lot of similarities in both of those cases. One of many similarities, correlations that I think are within these two cases is that both cases, the defendants are highly attacking the source, the CS, the confidential source, the CI in one case. She was a cooperating witness in one case. And in both cases, they share Tammy, okay? They share Tammy. So you already know the vibe. We're just going to vibe up. And we're just going to break down a little bit of this work, man. We're going to take a look into it a little bit. You know what I mean? We're going to take a look into this work a little bit. Timothy Lamont Rush is CUFFY Gatling's co-defendant. All right, so let's go into a little bit of this breakdown. They see that he's trying, okay, I'll just get through the fluff. Let's get through the fluff. Rush offense for safety. Timothy Rush was accused in an indictment of violating the Controlled Substance Act. Accused in the indictment in violation. No, okay, cool. The under-design applied for the foregoing factors and ultimately granted the United States motion for pretrial detention because notwithstanding defendants' strong familial and community ties, an order of detention was appropriate when the rebuttal presumption was considered together with Rush's history and personal characteristics. Specifically, as the detention order noted, although Rush provided some financial support to his mother and had strong family and community ties, Rush was unemployed and used heroin on a weekly basis and had an extensive criminal history dating back to 1982 that included 2 prior federal drug convictions. Rush's criminal history also reflected that Rush was able, hold up. Okay. So where we at? Dating back to, let me check all my sound. Let me just make sure, because you know what? I done been on internet so long. I done did whole hours lives and I had no sound. Let me just make sure we still live, bro. Did whole hours all right, cool. All right. Let me just make sure we good. Salute to everybody in the building, man. I rock with y'all, man. I love y'all. Make sure y'all dropping likes, though. I'm doing reading right now this time in the morning. Nah, if y'all not dropping likes, I got to do this tomorrow in the morning for you guys. I most definitely got to do this in the morning for you guys. I don't think I'm at y'all in the right time period. Facts. But let's go through a little bit of a quick read, right? Okay. He used heroin on a weekly basis and had extensive criminal history dating back to 1982 that included 2 prior federal drug convictions. Rush's criminal history also reflected that Rush was on parole at the time of the instant charges and reflected a poor history of compliance while on supervision, including a history of absconding from supervision. Rush contends that evidence disclosed by the United States in the years since the initial order of detention has material bearing on the issue of whether there are conditions of release that will reasonably assure his appearance and the safety of any other persons and the community. The evidence relied on by Rush was the subject of a Franks hearing that spanned 9 hearing days, held over a period of several months. More specific, damn, that's how they did it? 9 days over several months. Wow, that's how they did that. That was crazy. More specifically, Rush and his co-defendants have argued that the evidence presented during the Franks hearing demonstrates that the application for the Title III wiretap of defendant Gatling's phone, which served as the cornerstone of the United States investigation into Rush and his co-defendants, contained false statements and material omissions that deprived the warrant of authorizing the wiretap of probable cause. Okay, so you see that in itself right there. Okay, his co-defendants argued the evidence presented them during the Franks hearing demonstrate the applications for the Title III warrant for the wiretap was there's no bueno, because you know what I mean. Tammy pushed that whole thing through. You feel me? Tammy pushed this whole thing through. And they saying Tammy's no good, bro. Everything that y'all use to get these things against us is no good. And like I told you, the same way how they got caught up into the duppies and the bodies probably is because of Tammy lining them up from the damn beginning. If Tammy would have never been snitching on them from the beginning, they'd have probably never got caught up in them 2 Schloombars, bro. I'm telling you for real. They'd have probably never got caught up into that if it wasn't for Tammy, bro. Look, so boom. So now, look, because you know that. More so, look where I'm about to highlight something. Let me see if y'all see that. Look. Let me just go back and make sure y'all seeing things go blue. Okay, cool. Y'all seeing things go blue. Okay, cool. So you already know. This is how he got caught up. They got caught up because they was getting caught up too on Gatling's phone. So look, he said that, which serves as the cornerstone of the investigation into Rush, okay, and his co-defendants, based on the information that they was getting from the phone, based on the information that Tammy gave the DEA from the very beginning. They got that warrant and affidavit, and this is what led them down the road to Rush. You know what I'm saying? Tammy got them all bent up, son. She got them bent up, bro. Look, it says co-defendants contain false statement. Okay, wiretap is suppressed. Okay, boom. Rush contends evidence revealed through disclosures from the United States and presented at the Franks hearing goes to the weight of the United States case against him, which is one of the factors the court must consider in evaluating whether to detain under the Bail Reform Act. While I certainly consider the strength of the government's case, including evidence that there were Title III wire intercepts in assessing whether or not to grant the United States motion for pretrial detention, and strength of the government's case was not material to the order of detention. Rather, as reflected in the order of detention set out above, Rush's personal history and characteristics such as lack of employment, extensive and serious criminal history, repeated poor performance while under court supervision, ongoing chronic and long-term history of substance abuse, and evidence that he was under supervision at the time of the instant arrest, together with the rebuttal presumption for detention, drove the decision to detain him pending trial. I also considered Rush's criminal history, which reflected that he was on parole at the time of the instant charges and had a poor history of compliance while on supervision, including a history of absconding from supervision. In addition, as the United States pointed out in its response, it appears that even if Rush were to prevail on the Franks motion, it's not at all clear that the strength of the United States case against Rush would be greatly diminished. Rush is implicated primarily, listen to me, y'all. Who's here with me? I don't even know because I'm reading from this screen. Drop a like. It don't matter if it's 3 of us in this bitch. Drop a like. Look, listen to me. If you here with me, you about to get a jewel. Look. Rush was implicated primarily as the driver in the connection with the purchase of sham narcotics in DEA's reverse sting. Look what it says. Look, it said it is not at all clear the strength of the United States case against Rush would be greatly diminished. Rush is implicated primarily as the driver in connection with the purchase of sham narcotics in a DEA reverse stings operation. So that means that he went to go buy some bricks. It wasn't him selling some birds. I think they did a reverse thing because usually the DEA will be buying some work probably from the drug dealer. But I think that they kind of lined them up. They said a reverse sting operation. You feel me? They got him in a this is the only case that Cuffy and all them is caught into. You see what I'm saying? So boom, that took place in February 2013. Rush has failed to explain how, and if all, suppression of wire intercepted evidence obtained from Gatling's phone would take away from evidence derived from the reverse sting operations at the heart of the United States case against him. In sum, even if the factual issues in the Franks motion are decided in Rush's favor, the result standing alone would not be a basis for reconsidering pretrial detention under the Bail Reform Act. Other than evidence presented at the Franks hearing, defense counsel offered offered little in the way of new evidence that was not previously considered by the court. For the reasons already stated, the evidence related to the Franks hearing is not material to the analysis under the Bail Reform Act. Evidence proffered at the hearing that was both new and material to the pretrial detention inquiry included evidence that 1. Rush is currently sober due to his years of pretrial incarceration. 2. After years of pretrial discovery, there is nothing to suggest that Rush's role in this reverse sting operation was any more significant than that of a driver. 3. There is no evidence that Rush had any weapons or money on his person at the time of the stings operation. Right? 4. There is no evidence that Rush has either on his own or at the direction of Gatling or anyone else come here, baby. Right? What happened to you, sweetie? It says, hold up. It says Gatling, in either in any in direction of Gatling or anyone else perpetrated any acts of violence against a witness, victim, or suspected informant in connection with this case. And 5, there is no evidence that Rush had any involvement in the murder of his alleged co-conspirator, Morgan. The foregoing evidence, which was unknown at the time of the initial detention hearing, tends to favor Rush and to some extent makes the question of whether there is clear and convincing evidence that no condition would reasonably assure the safety of the community a closer one. However, other than evidence of Rush's current state of sobriety, none of this new evidence addresses the primary concerns reflected in the initial detention order. Let me see. Okay, we rocking out. Make sure everybody dropping likes. We got 7. We got to double them likes. I'm doing reading at this time of the morning. It's 3:27 in New York City. I can do this tomorrow if you want me to. So drop likes in this building for me reading. Some people cannot read that you like to go watch and go sit in their damn chats all the time. They damn dyslexic and all types of shit. So drop likes when I drop off my damn baby. Drop off them likes. When I come back, I better see likes on Jesus' Soul and Sandals. Don't play. I'm not joking. I'm reading right now. Some people can't read. How we looking, man? What we looking like, y'all? What we looking like? Oh, y'all taking away likes? Oh, I'm not fucking with y'all. Now y'all get the likes up. What's up? What we looking like? Unless y'all like looking at me. I don't care if y'all leave. You can leave if you want to. You go to the YouTube streets. You get. I want to see some likes coming up on the streets. Because if you wasn't liking, you could kick rocks anyway. You wasn't doing nobody no good. You was sitting around here looking. I don't like nobody with they looking ass. Sorry. I'm dead serious. I'm the right one for all these people. Yeah. I got 15 minutes. It's gonna get viewed. This video is gonna go to 1,000 views anyway, whether you like it or not. You know that, right? Okay, cool. As long as you know that. So I just want to make sure that we move in the right way. My time is valuable. When you see me talking and reading, make sure you're dropping likes next time on Jesus Christ. Make sure you are.